think I'm good to go. Fantastic. Hi, today is May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you. I am going to be working on t-shirt quilts today. It's interesting, as I was getting set up today, I was thinking to myself, I'm actually ahead of schedule for this next convention. I finished all my border work paperwork today. I finished my art book portfolio with all of the quilts I have in stock. You know, it's almost everything is done. And I met with Art by Saint today, so my new design, my layout, my new artwork, and all of my social media, my website, everything is all coming. I should get it all tomorrow. So Saturday's stream, I may have a whole new layout. So I'm super excited about that. So, all right, let me get started on today's stuff. So I'm doing t-shirt quilts. This is the large order that I have for multiple t-shirts. The first one, I finished binding. I added the binding today. Where is it? Oh, it's all the way over there. I added the binding today, and I should finish the binding whenever I'm down in Maryland, because I'm going to bring a couple of things with me to do while I'm down there. So I'm going to finish that. So I'm going to get started on the second, third, fourth, fifth, and the t-shirt quilts. So last time I streamed the t-shirt quilts, I had actually started to put together this next one. So I'm just going to pick up right where I left off. I got a little bit of hair on it, so let me clear it all off. There we go. Alright, and I have, yep, everything's good. I've got that. Sorry. Okay, alright. Turn my iron on. Okay. Just realized I did not change my title. There we go. I don't want people thinking it's still binding day. Now once I finish this one, of course, you'll be able to see me from start to finish working on another t-shirt quilt, because I have a total of 7 of them. One is almost finished, and this is number 2. I'm going to try to get through as many as I can, because when I'm down in Maryland, I want to do a stream on how I pin my quilts. So I will use the t-shirt quilts as an example. I was just looking to see if I had any scraps left over from the first quilt that I made, because I used the same fabric. And then I have one more quilt with this same fabric for the sashing, so I'll do that one next, and then the remaining 4 are 2 different fabrics. So if I get through the other quilt this evening, I will work on one of the other 2. Okay, so in this case, it does not make a difference which way you iron your seams, because I'm going to be putting sashing above and below it. The biggest thing is you want to avoid any areas on the t-shirts that have vinyl, so if it's been vinyl printed, because your iron will melt the vinyl. So if you have a bunch of vinyl print on it, you may want to iron it from the back. Now I normally iron my seams away from the sashing. So in this case, I ironed that seam that way and that one that way. And what that does is it allows me to use the actual sashing itself as a way to anchor the t-shirts. Okay, so that's row C. Because the t-shirt, whenever you're doing a t-shirt quilt, especially if you do not use stabilizer, like I don't, the biggest thing with it is you're going to get some movement, because t-shirts are stretchy. So in order to avoid the movement, there's a couple of little things you can do, and having the stability of the sashing is one of the things. Alright, this one has vinyl, so I'm going to iron it on the back side. Where's my Etsy shop? Just looking to see if anything sold. hi Stitch, how are you? I am just picking up where I left off for the last stream for the t-shirt quilts. So this is quilt number 2 for Mom. So I got the grunge ash. I had already combined the squares themselves, and I just hadn't ironed it. Fantastic. Yeah, I was just saying at the beginning of the stream that for once I'm actually ahead of schedule. I have all of my border paperwork done. I mean, I've got all this stuff done, and I'm like, that's not like me. I'm not waiting to the last... No, I still have to pack, but I'm not waiting to the very last possible minute, and that's really strange. Okay, so there are 4 rows, so I need 5 strips for the tops and bottoms, and then I need 3 strips for the left and right. I have 1, 2, 3, so I need 5 more strips. Alright, and how much did I do the 3.5? So my goal this evening is at least to finish this one, finish the last one for this fabric, for the sashing, and then hopefully start on the fabric for another one. If I can get that far, I will get close to finishing, if not finishing Saturday. 1, 2, 3. Four. 5. All right. And then, if I'm at least close to finishing, I can finish while I'm in Maryland, and then do the stream on how to pin quilts and use these as an example. Alright, so I'm going to do the top and the bottom for row A, and then do just the bottom for all the other rows for the sashing. Now the last stream that I did, for those of you that didn't watch the stream, I actually went through and made sure that every single one of the t-shirts was in the correct order. They were all cut correctly, and then I tagged each one of them so I know exactly where each t-shirt is going to be in the quilt itself. Oh, look how close that is. Nice. That is close, close, close. That is fantastic. That means I do not have to cut and sew together more fabric. This one, because of the t-shirts that you chose for it, is actually going to be a little wider than all of the other shirts, because I had to cut it a little bit wider to accommodate the designs. My hot chocolate over. Yep. I believe this is A. Yep, this is row A, so this is going to get it on the top and the bottom for the sashing. guess my husband's home. That is Soleil's. Oh my god, he's home! Hi, Marley. You don't want to go say hi to them? Or are you telling me they're home? Are they home? Well, go get them. Go get them. Call Marley.
Marley.
Go get her. Go get her. I'm not going to give you anything. I don't know why you're coming down. Go get her. Yeah, she made your cat jump. That's funny. Go on, Marley. Hi. He's really excited to tell me something. Look.
Marley.
Look, there's Jordan. Go get her. I know you're happy they're home, but you have to go tell her.
Marley.
I think he thinks he's going to get a TRAT.
You want my dad's home?
Here. I got to toss you one. Ready? Look,
Marley.
Jordan's got it.
Marley, come here, baby. Come here. Good boy.
Down, 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 down. Oh, cat.
Oh. That was not very graceful.
If it wasn't. Too bad I didn't get that on camera.
That was your fault.
He was looking around like, where? I hear a dog. That's funny. So when Soleil started crying like that, it apparently scared Stitch's cat.
I gotta go up.
Ooh, okay, that's not good.
Marley!
I just realized this button right here is too close to the edge. So I'm gonna hit it if I actually
Come here, bud.
sew over it. So
Hi, come here.
it's already been glued shut, so I don't have to worry about it popping open. But that button is going bye-byes.
No, you gotta launch those
Here we go. Yep, Cena's already glued shut, so I don't have to worry about that.
Can I eat first?
I'm sorry? Oh, you're talking to him.
What?
Can I eat first?
Yep. I know.
Hey.
Nobody loves you.
No, she doesn't get any attention the entire day.
She's majestic.
None.
Majestic.
Yeah.
Majestic. What?
And she's not in trouble now because she tried to jump on the ironing board in the middle of my stream.
Hi, Marley. Go on, buddy.
You catch that?
What?
Give it a shot.
You're running on.
The nice thing about my prep work is it is super easy to assemble them at this point. I've already done all of the hard work by making sure the t-shirts are all in the right order, making sure they're all cut correctly. I've got them all labeled. So all I have to do at this point now is just assemble them. So, streams while I am away from Canada. I know I'm going to do at least one stream from my parents' house that I'll do the pinning of these t-shirt quilts, showing how to pin quilts. I'm also going to try to do at least one stream, if not more, depends on how it goes, with either my family, my US family, or with Nicole and friends, where we are going to play Jackbox and invite anyone that wants to play to join us. I do not think I'm going to be able to stream at conventions or at Spring Market, though, because it does not look like I'm going to be able to get an Ethernet connection. It looks like I can only get a Wi-Fi, and I can't get a strong connection to Twitch with a Wi-Fi.
Hey, my part. How you doing, bud? Yeah, this is my bud. He's my boy. He's my boy.
But no matter what I do, when I stream, I will definitely put it on my Twitch channel and my social media of when you can see me streaming.
Bud. How you doing? Little boy.
The reason why I roll it is it's a lot easier to set it there and to keep track of it as I sew it. There we go. These work shirts are super stretchy, even more than t-shirts. And SD, okay. Making sure I've got C and D first, and then A and B. I am super looking forward to go to see Gardens of the Galaxy tomorrow. That is going to be fun. My husband tried to tell me that it's not getting good reviews and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't care. It's Gardens of the Galaxy. See, by rolling it the way I do now, it's not going to fall into my lap, it's not going to get caught on anything, it'll be nice and free as I put it in. And that's super important, especially for t-shirt quilts, because you don't want the material to stretch as you're sewing it. You want to be as gentle as possible. just taking the pins out. Yeah, that's what I thought. You probably can't see it on the camera very well, but the back t-shirt started slipping. So I have to actually take a few stitches out in order to redo it. Because I need to make sure I have at least a 1/4 inch seam. There we are. There we are. Oh, Marley's discovered the chewy that I put down there for him. I was like, what's that noise?
Marley, want your eat?
There he goes. Now again, I want to have the actual sashing be the support, so I'm going to iron it out towards the t-shirt. If I run into any t-shirts that have any vinyl on them that could possibly melt, I'll then flip it over and iron it from the other side. Or if I have any issues with any of the shirts, that if they're super thick, like when I get to the red shirt that's in this one here, that's going to be super thick because of the buttons and the button down and the way that it works. So that one I may have to finagle a little. Oh, I just found a hole. I just found a hole in one of the band shirts I did not see before. Yeah, look. There's a hole right there. Alright, so let's fix that hole. I'm just going to use black, a regular black fabric. Right here. This is the stuff I used on the stream the other night, the quick invisible mending, the Bo Nash stuff. It is a really nice way then to seal it, and I'm using parchment paper, not wax paper, because wax paper would stick to it. Oh yeah. Oh, that there's a hole? Yeah. I'm just glad I caught it before I actually, oh, wrong mouse. I'm like, why couldn't I read the whole comment? I'm just glad I caught it before I actually started quilting it, and then I would have had to really kind of quilt that area. This way is a lot better. That means that they're well loved. You know how many shirts I have that are holy? That means that they were worn a lot. I'm just waiting for this to dry. Alright, while that is drying, I'll iron this one. See, and I wouldn't be surprised if I find a few more. I mean, there's a couple that I already fixed, but I really would not be surprised as I get in and actually start working on them if I find a few more holes. I always find holes in t-shirts. That's the #1 question that people always ask me, because they've well loved your shirt so much they can't wear it anymore, but they want to keep it. They still want to do something with it, and they're concerned that if there's holes in it that I'm not able to do anything with it. So I always tell everyone, if there's holes, don't worry about it. I will reinforce them and fix them. Set that there. There it is. Nice and fixed. Now, you can't see it in the camera, but in person you can see a little bit of a shine because it's a plastic sealant. So you can actually see a little bit of the shine for the plastic, but after I do the actual quilting, I'll quilt around there and it'll blend right in. You won't be able to see it. So if anyone else is watching this on YouTube and you're learning how to do t-shirt quilts, don't worry about fixing those holes and that plasticky look. You're not going to see it after you quilt it. Okay, now here is the tricky part about making sure that the sashing lines up. So I'm going to start from the actual sashing because t-shirts stretch. So I'm going to start from the sashing and pin the sashing first to make sure that yes, these are lining up. I can feel it here and I double checked it there. And then before I start playing with the t-shirt, you see there's a little bit right here. Not a problem. I'm going to work my way out and smooth it. Until it reaches the end. And it's perfectly lined up. Alright, now for the next one. Alright, that one's off a little. And I knew it would because this one likes to stretch. There we go. I think that's lined up. Yep. going to kind of relax this center one because it really wants to stretch out there. So I'm just going to kind of smooth it in all the right places, just so there's no stretchiness to it, but then there's also no folds. And the same thing. Let me trim. This is the backing, the fabric that I attached to the hole. So now I'm just going to trim it. There we go. So now it's just a small piece of fabric. Okay, and that sashing is already done, so now I just have to worry about this end. And again, it doesn't line up until I start smoothing and moving. So the biggest thing with t-shirts is that you have to understand that they're going to move and stretch, and you only want them to move and stretch when you want them to. There we go. Okay, I'm going to leave that one there because I'm going to finish sewing these two first. I can hear the dogs playing with the bones upstairs. You can hear them on the floor. I keep forgetting I've got to oil this machine. I ran over a pin and worked it, so I had to throw it away. I just threw away all those pins, didn't I? That's okay. I do that sometimes. Just not thinking about the actual taking of the pins out. I was thinking about the next step for the t-shirt quilts. Why it keeps freezing. Okay, now this is the one right here that's going to give me some, maybe give me some issues. For the dress shirt. So after I finish ironing this row, I'm going to go back and do the back side, just to make sure that that seam is laying down correctly. Nope, and it's not. So there we are. Now it's laying down. And I'll probably have to do the same thing with the other side. There we go. Someone asked me one time, did they really have to trim these edges? Couldn't they just sew with those edges on there? The answer is yes, you have to trim those edges. Because if you do, oh, look, there's another hole. If you don't trim those edges, then, oh, you know what? I think that's the same shirt. I think it was the back of the shirt that I fixed before. If you don't trim those edges, you're going to add a whole bunch of extra bulk to the actual quilt that you don't want to add. Alright, so let's do the same thing. Turn the steam off. Get a piece of black fabric. Go. Thanks, hon. Okay, while that down. I'll fix this one. Seam does not want to lay down the way it's supposed to. I gotta re-iron it. There we go. I always iron it twice. In the directions it says you just have to iron it once, but I have learned if you only iron it once, sometimes you get a little bit of the white around the edges. That means that it hasn't been completely melted into the hole. So if you let it dry, you can see if there's any white. In this case there was, so if you flip it and iron it again, it'll actually let it melt all the way and be better. Alright, while I wait for that to cool, I'll sew this. Okay, here is the top. I gotta go slow in this area because it's got a really big area, really thick for the work shirt. I'm just going to anchor this in a couple times just to make sure it's really keeping those stitches. Because sometimes when you have the really thick fabric like this, it doesn't keep the stitches. Make sure. Yep, it looks like it went in enough. Okay, that should be good. Done. And I've already trimmed the edges. Alright, so let me trim fabric from the patch job. There we go. Okay, same thing as before. Oops, no, that's way off. I'm checking to make sure the sashing lines up. Okay, for the second sashing. Okay, I think that's gonna line up. Yes. Okay. Come on. There we are. Now I'm going to wait because maybe I should sew them together first. I was going to combine the left and right sashing, but I want to make sure that I don't have to use two and that 1.5 are going to be okay. So let me combine them together first and then measure it. Just to play it on the safe side. Although in this case, if I cut too many strips, it wouldn't be a big deal because the next t-shirt quilt is the same sashing material. And I've already trimmed the edges off the sashing, so all I have to do is iron and then pin these two halves together. Same thing, I want the sashing itself to be the anchor, so I'm ironing towards the t-shirts. Oops. I'm like, why is there no steam? Because I turned it off because I was fixing the hole. Alright, start over, get my steam. There we are. That's much better. C and D, so that's going to go up. It's going to go this way. So here's rows 1 and 2. So I'm just going to flip rows 3 and 4 right on top. Now, same thing I did when I was attaching these rows together. I want to find the sashing, and I want to line that sashing up. So the best way is to feel in here. Now, of course, it's got to come down enough. I think that's lined up. Yep, it's lined up. And then pin it in place. Okay, and the same thing here. So they are t-shirts, they are stretchy. So I want to make sure that I stretch it out just enough to the edge so it meets it perfectly. And then pin it all in place. Now when I cut these t-shirts, I made sure that they were pretty stretched out, because you can always stretch them back to what they are, which is why I iron them and smooth them and make sure they're perfect before I make my cuts. Okay, this one's gonna get stretched out. It's not quite. Yep. All right, now. This is what happens to t-shirts sometimes, is you see there's a whole bunch of extra material in here, it's kind of bunching up. So what I'm going to do is pull on the fabric, the sashing fabric, enough to smooth it all out. Once that is smooth, I'm going to hold it, put a pin in the center, and that's where it's supposed to go. And then I let it relax, smooth it as best I can, and add a whole bunch of pins to hold it all in place. And then the very end. Okay. Now the main body of the t-shirt quilt is done. So after I sew this, I'll measure the sides, make sure 1.5 strips is going to be enough. I know, Marley. The cat is teasing you again. It's not fair that she sits up there and just ignores you and doesn't do anything. Such a tease. Such a tease. Now my goal for this stretchy part here is to try to get it all sewn without any bunches in it. Alright, so let's measure the length. Oh, I can do that. Okay, it is 68. No, 69 with that. And my fabric, I believe, is 44. Yeah, fabric is 44. So 44 plus 22 is 66. 2 inches shy. That's what I was afraid of. Alright, so I need to cut another. Marley. Honey. The cat does not want to play. I know you're very cute and you're very excited. But the cat does not want to play with you. Alright, so I need to combine 2 strips for each side. I always trim them before I pin them. Because again, it's with that belt, it's with the bulk, so you don't want the selvage in with the bulk of the quilt. Oh, he's eating his bone. Like, I know he's got a bone there. It's okay. That noise is him. I'm gonna have to change my bobbin thread in a moment. Oops, already gone. Come on, nails. There we go. Hey, Amber. I'm good. How are you? I am working on t-shirt quilts tonight. My goal between today and Saturday is to get as many of these t-shirt quilts as I can do finished so that I can pin them while I am in Maryland. Yes, PayPal getting you your money is always a good thing. I like how sometimes they have to put a hold on stuff, they've got to do certain things. I never know how long it's going to take. Well, I finished the one, so just on this stream today, this is the first one I'm finishing. So this is the quilt number 2 out of 7. The first one I finished on a previous stream, and I actually have that quilted, and I've got the binding added to it, but it's not finished. So this is the commission of 7 quilts. But I have done all of the hard work already in my previous t-shirt quilt streams. So I've got all of these shirts cut, prepared, I have them numbered, and ready to go. So if I can get, what time is it, 6:40? If I can get at least one more finished tonight, I will be happy. And then if I can get 2 finished on Saturday, then I only need to bring the pieces of 2 to work on with me while I'm in Maryland. This has got a bit of, oh, don't want it to touch the ground. This has got a wrinkle I just want to iron out. There you go. Yep. Yep, that is for these quilts. I still have one more commission for a t-shirt quilt that I haven't touched in a while. I have the quilts cut up, but I haven't cut them out yet. That one is for a commission that he's going to pick it up at MagFest this year. So, that one's not going to be due until January. Why? I have to re-iron this piece. It's not laying the way it's supposed to. There we go. Whenever your pieces don't lay the way you want them to, just re-iron it. So I figured that one I will work on in between my other commissions. So I have I'm all caught up on current commissions that I have taken, except for these 7 and then that one t-shirt quilt. Oh, I will definitely get them done, Stitch. Because, like I said, I want to do that stream on how to pin quilts and prepare them for quilting. And I appreciate the Happy Gilmore reference. The only thing, like I said in the beginning of the stream, can't believe I'm caught up and actually ahead of all this stuff for my traveling. The only thing that I didn't do today that I wanted to do, and that's because, okay, plants, and that's because I actually forgot, was I wanted to go pick up some glitter to glitter bomb myself before the stream. But it's probably a good idea I didn't, because, you know, glitter is the bane of the crafting world, and it gets everywhere. But with it being May the 4th, a lot of people are glittering themselves up for Carrie Fisher. So I was going to do it, but I'm like, probably not a good idea while I'm dealing with fabric. See, this is the hard part is doing the edges, the sides, because a lot of times, which is what's happening now, t-shirt quilts want to curl under, and you don't want that. There we go. Yes. Yes, that is exactly it. And you notice how it didn't pop up in the actual chat. I was going to say that, but I can't because, yeah. That's exactly what it is, Stitch. There was, when I was a manager at Michael's, when I first moved to Canada, I used to come home with it all over me. Just glitter bombed everywhere, all over me. And my husband used to refer to it like that all the time. Like, oh, honey, look what you have. Is it spreading? And it's funny because it really does get in every single crevice. Like everywhere. I think it's funny, it only shows me on the dashboard ones that I can, that have been blocked. Really? I've never actually worked with sequins. Do they get everywhere? Are they as bad? Oh, that reminds me of the blocked chat. I actually fixed. So last week I got a tip. I got a donation, and the words didn't pop up with the donation. I couldn't figure out why. Well, I went in there and I got it fixed. So there's also a moderation for that, where you can say you can remove certain words, you can ban certain words. That's not sewing. Oh, yeah, that would suck. No, yep, that's what I thought. Good. I caught it before it got too far. Good, good, good. Yeah, so I actually set it so that if anyone donates or tips, and they include any swear words or references to certain things, it'll replace the words with happy words. So I wonder what that's going to look like. Kind of cute. Oh, and I talked to my graphic designer today. I'm going to get a special package tomorrow with all of my designs. So I'm super excited. So Saturday stream, I will have my new layout, I'll have my new logos, I'll have everything. So happy. Yeah, I'm really excited. So he was showing me everything, and so I could approve it. And yeah, really excited. He said, not right now, but whenever you grow a lot more followers, when you're ready for your own emotes and things, let me know. And I'm like, ooh, my own emotes in my chat? That's pretty cool. I could have like a sewing machine, some needles, thread, pixelated things. But that's the future. I gotta set everything up now for all my layout stuff first. You know what? This is the first time that I've worked with dress shirts in addition to t-shirts. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The biggest hurdle was making sure that I glued them shut so they didn't open. And that was easy to figure out. So I now don't have to have the limitation of it has to be a t-shirt. I can now do any kind of shirts, which is quite nice. Thanks for challenging me, Stitch. No, I used this stuff. Heat and Bond iron-on hemming. So it is a it is machine washable and dryable, no sew. So you don't have to sew over it. It is a it's just a bond. It's just hemming tape basically. So it's the people that don't like to do the actual hem for their pants. You just use the hemming tape. So that's all I used. And I did it, where's the red shirt? So here's the red shirt. So I did the hemming tape down this side and down that side. So on that side and that side, so it's not going to come apart either way. See, it's glued in there, so it's not going to come apart at all. So it doesn't make a difference how much you wash it. And the first quilt that I did had that. So whenever I quilted it the other day, I just had to make sure that I didn't actually quilt over top of it because there's so many layers of fabric plus the hemming tape. I didn't want to have any issues. Now, it's taking me longer than I thought, which I actually was expecting, so I may not get through the second one, but I'll at least get far enough to where I can stop at a decent place to pick up on Saturday. And I could always just cut all the fabric that I need. I don't have to bring the whole bolt with me. Soleil, oh, did Soleil take your bone, baby? Mike, Can one of you bring down another bone for Marley? Soleil took his. She's not being very nice. Alright, so now I'm going to remove all of the pins and the little sheets of paper. So I'm going to put that there so I can update my my commission list with which quilt the top is done. I know, right? What I'm also doing is I'm double checking as I'm pulling them out that they ended up in the right space. Luckily, even though I make so many mistakes, I have never put a t-shirt in a wrong place once I've used these stickies. So these stickies for me are super important, and they make sure that everything goes in the right place. Oh, Marley took it back. Good boy, Marley. Now, because they are the edges, I'm automatically just ironing it from the back. Because it's just going to be easier. I have lots of stretching going on in the front. So this makes sure that it's ironed, it's going to be ironed correctly, and the seams are going to be laying down. Now, if you're a quilter, you may say, Tony, I like to iron my seams open. Well, you can try. T-shirt quilts are special. They, t-shirts necessarily don't like to have open seams. And having the sashing be the main seam, it gives it more support. I think the first quilt only had one patch job, and this one's got two. So hopefully this is not a trend, and the next one won't have three. Well, and honestly, it really doesn't make a difference how many patch jobs. It just slows me down a little bit. Because it's not going to change the integrity. And honestly, like I said, I'd rather catch them now if there's holes than in the actual quilting. Alright, so t-shirt quilt number 2 is finished. So there's row 1, row 2, row 3, And row 4. All right, that one is done. 2 down, 5 to go. All right. Now I'm gonna skip 3 and go to 4 because 4 uses the same fabric, uses the grunge ash. Okay, so I'm working on quilt number 4, which is for sister. All right, so first thing I want to do is cut a bunch of strips. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't make a difference how many strips I cut because I know I'll use them all. So I'm just going to cut as many as I can to go across and then set the fabric away. Okay, alright, so at this point I want to have the fabric in the center. So I'm only going to put fabric on this number 2. So I have A, B, C, D. So I'm going to put it on B1, I'm sorry, A2, B2, C2, and D2. And I'm going to put the fabric on either side. So that means A1, I'm skipping. A2, here we go. Let me first see. And I don't have any long ones for this quilt, do I? Oh no, this is a standard size one. There are no extra long pieces. Fantastic. I like that. So in this case, 1.5 may work. For the strips to the left and right of the quilt. Now, as I'm going through them, I am trying to keep an eye out to see if there are any that need to be patched. But I may not run into it until I start to sew them all together like I did this past time. Okay, there's A2. A3 I can skip, B1 I can skip, and here's B2. I'm like, why is this so thick? And then I remembered this one was full of holes and I doubled it up. For that one I used applique paper because all I did was add extra parts of the shirt to it. I think I did it for both the front and the back for the Everlast shirt. Oh, hi, Chrissy Ann. How are you? I am doing t-shirt quilts tonight, if you couldn't notice. Alright, so here's B2. Alright, B3 I can skip. C1 I can skip. Here is C2. Oops. Let me iron that one again because it wants to fold on me. Alright, this one is super, super foldy. Do I have my magic spray? Where did I put the magic spray? Don't you like it when you clean and you don't remember where you put something? Oh, you know what? I got starch here. I'll use my starch. The goal is just to make it so it doesn't curl. Oh, nice. Do they have a special preview? Like a day early kind of preview? Because in my town, the first time you're able to see it is tonight at midnight. Nice. I am going to go see it tomorrow. And I think Stitch said she's going to go see it Saturday. So we chatted about that yesterday. That was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, my local Comic-Con is actually doing an event at the theater here. So they're going to have a costume contest, and they're going to have a panel that talks about the first movie and what they think is going to be in the second movie, and yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Oh, wow. Really? That's cool. So does it release there then? But do you normally get movies before us? Or is that just for like a special thing because it's Guardians of the Galaxy? Okay, C3 I can skip, D1 I can skip, and here is D2. Okay, so it's probably just because it's Guardians. That's really cool though. What are you playing? Mike? What are you playing? I can hear them screaming upstairs and cheering. So after I finish my stream tonight, we are going to have a family night where we're either going to play video games or tabletop. Because tomorrow we're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy. Saturday is the Caps game. And then I'm leaving early Sunday morning to head to the States for a few weeks. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of curious too to see if the UK gets it before or after the US. So they're playing Tricky Towers upstairs. We have been wanting to play that together since the other night. We were watching, what's his name? I can't think. We were watching one of the streamers who plays video games with his friends on Tuesdays. And they were playing Tricky Towers, which is one of our favorite games. And they just couldn't figure it out. They couldn't master the game. And we were, like, yelling at the TV. Like, what are you doing? Turn your piece. You leave the piece there. Why are you doing it that way? No, that's bad strategy. Yeah, we're just yelling at the TV. It's a really, really cool video game. We got it up for the PS4. It is basically, it's more fun with multiple people. So we play the three of us, and sometimes we play a computer one. So everyone has got their towers, and there's different levels, but it's basically you get Tetris pieces, and you want to assemble the Tetris pieces into a nice solid tower. And depending upon the mode that you're in, some of them are races where you can want to race to the top. Some of them are you want to place a certain number of pieces, and if you let 3 fall, then you're out. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different styles. April 10th in Tokyo, April 28th. Oh, yeah. Huh. Oops. No, it's fine. So yeah, it's a fun game. Marley, honey. The cat does not want to play with you. I keep telling you this. She can't... Marley, she can't even hear you. Oh, so, Christiane, I don't know if you've been on since I've decided what I'm doing while I'm traveling. I don't know if I can get a good signal to stream while I'm at the conventions I'm doing in the next few weeks. So I'm at least going to do a stream from Maryland when I have an actual Ethernet connection on how I pin quilts. And then I'm going to try to do at least one, if not a lot more. If it works, I'm going to do a bunch of them where we can play Jackbox together. So I've got Jackbox on my computer, so I'll stream it right from the computer, so anyone that wants to join in, the code will be there. We can all play Jackbox together. So when I do that, when I figure all that out, I'll make sure that I put it on my social media and my Twitch announcements. All right, so for these center pieces, these number 2 pieces, remember I want to have the fabric be the strength, so I'm going to iron them like this. So the seams are going to be ironed towards the shirts, so towards the middle on all 4 of them. And I'm just going to do it from behind because it's just easier. Marley, you're so loud! Stop! Oh my gosh, Marley, serious dog. I know, that's very good. Yes, you're a good dog for barking at that cat. I can't believe that she's sleeping and ignoring you. Oh, the audacity of the cat. Oh, it's only on PlayStation? Oh. It's a really fun game. If you can find someone with a PlayStation. We like to have a lot of those party type games. So I think Mike saw a review of it somewhere. Or maybe he saw it on on Giant Bomb. I think it was Giant Bomb that we saw it, and we're like, oh, that looks fun. Alright, here is A. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the edges. Well, have you played Jackbox at all, Stitch? Yes, it's very, very frantic. And when we play, of course, it's a 3-player. We have fun when we do it. Whoa, see? I need to try to get a time to where you can join me. So, Jackbox is a party game where you actually use your phone or your tablet in order to play. So what it does is whoever owns the game, you bring it up and it actually gives you a code to type in. So you go to the website that it gives you and you type in the code, and then when the first, I think, there's a certain number of people, I think 10 or 20 people can play. And the first 10 or the first 20 that get in actually get to play. But then you can have an audience up to 100 people where they can vote. So you do different things. So you can do drawings, you can do finish the sentence. I'm trying to think of a couple of different, there's a whole bunch of like different mini game style things. And it's so much fun. That's one that we like to play in large groups of people. We played it when we were at C2E2 with a big group of people that I was staying with. Unfortunately, I didn't have an Ethernet connection for a landline, so I couldn't stream it. But I have one at a parent's house, so I can stream it. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And that's something, too, where if I stream it here on Twitch, you can play, your friends can play, we can all play, and I'm the only one that has to have the game. All you have to do is be able to see the screen, which you can do on Twitch, and we'll have a lot of fun. So I just have to figure out if my parents would like to play, if that's something that they want to do, or if it's something I'm going to do with Nicole and a few friends of mine. I may do it a bunch of times while I'm down there. But whenever I do it, I'll make sure that I announce it in advance so that anyone that wants to play can make sure that they're on. You know what? I'm going to trim this one. It has stretched out way too far. That is the only problem with these work shirts. Yeah, see, I'm definitely going to do it at least once. And if it works out well, then we'll do it a couple times. I'm going to try to do it at a time that my husband and Jordan can also play. So it'll be like I'm having game night with my family, even though we're in 2 different countries. Marley! Dogs, seriously. I know, I love you too. That's really annoying though, honey. He really wants to play with that cat. See, the funny thing is he's afraid of the cat. Whenever the cat actually goes near him, the cat tries to swipe at him, and he is so afraid of that cat. But whenever she's up there sleeping and ignoring him, I don't know. I guess it's a whole, what are you doing? You can't ignore me. Pay attention to me. I don't know. Okay, that one's D. So I'll set that one aside. So Saturday's stream, I've got it scheduled from 2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. I may start it a little bit early, and I may go late. It all depends upon packing and getting ready for my trip, because I'm leaving first thing Sunday morning. So I need to get everything ready so I can load the trailer first thing on Sunday. So it's all got to get ready. So that's going to happen before the stream. So if I get all that done early, then I'll start the stream early. If I'm on a roll, the Caps game is not until like 7:15, 7:30. So I may stream till like 5 or 6. But I've got 2 to 4 scheduled on there just in case something pops up. you not happy with? Oh, the Capitals. Yeah. I'm like, I'm thinking about, what was I talking about? Why would you not be happy with someone? Yeah. Yeah, I was not happy last night either. There were so many turnovers and giveaways, and I'm just like, guys, you're dominating this game. Have a clean pass and stop the turnovers, and they won't score. And poor Orlov. Oh my gosh. If that one didn't go off his skate, it would have gone to overtime. But you know what? I can hope, but it's second round, so it's expected. I mean, I hate to say that, but I mean, they haven't been to the third round since, what, 98? Maybe even before then. Marley! Silly dog. Do I have at least 5 cut? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I need to get one more. I still have to cut, really? That soon? All I know... Yeah, let me look that up. I don't think I've seen a third round, and I've had season tickets since... Let's see, this is 2017, I think 2009? Okay, so... lost second round. Quarterfinal. That's all second round. Did not qualify. Lockout. Quarterfinal. Did not qualify. Yeah, 97, 98. That's whenever the last time that they made it to a third round. They actually made it to the Cup and then lost to the Red Wings. Yeah, because I knew that as long as I've had tickets, I've never seen a round 3. And I miss Free Comic Book Day every year because I go down to watch the Caps. Oops. I almost put that upside down. Oh, I totally just did that backwards, didn't I? Did I do the others that way too? Nope. C's good. B is good. A is good. Okay. It was only the D I messed up. I almost switched the 2's on the ends. I was not paying attention. Yep, and this one needs ironed. Maybe some starch. Stop curling on me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my stiff stuff. Let me go grab it. Oops, and I walked in front of the camera. Alright, so this stuff I am getting is new. It was released fall market last year. Excuse me, I'm walking in front of the camera again. It's a little tight in here. So, it's called Terrio Magic. It is a fabric stabilizer that basically turns your fabric into a stiff, very stiff thing. So, if you put fabric for laser cut printing, okay, why is that? The thing they gave me is longer than the actual bottle. Nope, still too long. So, what Terrio Magic does is, if you spray it onto fabric, it makes it extremely stiff so that you can put it into a printer and print on it. You can use it for 3D art. You can do all sorts of things with it. So, let's read the instructions. Liquid fabric stabilizer makes your fabric more paper-like and fray resistant. Then it washes out so your fabric is soft again. Treat fabric in a clean, dry sink or plastic bag large enough to hold the fabric loosely. Shake and spray both sides of the fabric using the wide spray setting on the nozzle until saturated. Squeeze to distribute well. Hold fabric up and respray areas. Line dry. Oh. Press with iron until dry. If fabric dries, spritz with water before ironing. Let's use it like... Let's see if we can use it like starch. Come on. Get up in there. Why is that not working? Oh, because it's off. Steam. Off. Spray. There it goes. Okay. Alright. Ooh, already that's better. Yeah, already it's starting to not curl. Oh, Marley, stop, honey. I may have to let it dry though. Before I iron. So I wonder if I use this initially on the t-shirts as I cut them, if then they'll stay in that shape. That's interesting. I may have to do that. Okay, so I will let that dry a little bit. And let's do D1. Then I can at least start cutting, at least start sewing some of those. Let me move C. I'll sew A and B together. Marley! While that dries. Yeah, so I didn't get it. Even though it was at Fall Market, they actually talked about it. You could order it, and I don't think I got it in my hands until January. And this is the first time I've thought to use it. If this works really well, then I may use this for the other t-shirt quilt that I have that's due for MagFest. I may test it out for the entire thing. Marley, stop. The cat is sleeping. She doesn't even know you're barking at her. Silly dog. Yeah, so if you guys get a chance, take a look at Jackbox. Because then if you play, we need to decide which of the games we want to play. I bought the entire party pack, so I bought 1, 2, and 3. So I have all of the games. Yeah, all of them. I think it was only like $60 for a deal for all 3 packs. I think they're like 25 or no, they're $30 a piece. That's what it was. So it saved me money to just get them all. Let me turn the steam off because I don't think the steam is supposed to work on this. Yeah, it's not drying fast, so I'm just going to set this over here and let that dry a bit before I try it again. I'm just going to work on the first 2 rows then while I wait. Yeah, there is, we actually played that in Chicago. It's actually pretty fun. Okay, so I'm going to do it top and the bottom. No, the murder mystery one was pretty cool. It's basically, it was trivia, knowledge, things like that. And then whenever you missed it, you had to do a task, and if you couldn't do the task within a certain number of time, or if you were like last or something, then you were killed. And at the very end, there's it's basically a question thing, so there's more questions and you have to answer. It was a lot of fun. What we normally do when we play is we normally pick a game, play it, and then pick a different game, play that, pick it, and keep just going back and forth with a bunch of different games. Yeah, drawful and fibbage are fun. I suck at drawful. I suck a lot at drawful. I cannot draw anything. But it makes it funny. Like, some of the things that I draw, you would look at that and go, I don't even see where you're trying to go with it. I like the ones where you draw, where it tells you to draw something, and you draw it, and then everyone else has to caption it. I think that one's a lot of fun. Because mine gets some of the weirdest things. Like, nowhere near what it's supposed to be. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, no, sometimes some of those games are like, they get interesting. Well, and especially if you get a bunch of people that aren't playing, that are part of the audience, that vote for it. Yeah. Alright, now the B row, I'm only putting it on the bottom. So B, C, and D, it only gets the strips on the bottom. A is the only one that gets it on both. Okay, let's see how this is doing. Let's see if I can iron it yet. what? I actually think that is good enough to pin it. Yep, maybe not. No, I may have to wait for this to dry now. Let me try to iron it some more. Yeah, it's working a little bit. There we go, it's starting to dry. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. It's stiff. Oh, yeah. Alright, see the other side. And the moment that you wash this is all going to wash out. So it's going to be soft again. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see how, yeah, that's not curling at all. You can see how nice that is. Oh, yeah, and it's not going to stretch at all either. That's stuck in place. That's awesome. Now, I just got to trim it down. It definitely trims better. Oh, hi, Iron Bands. Graham, how are you? I'm playing with Terrial Magic for this piece of t-shirt, for the t-shirt quilt. It warped my edges, so now I'm just trimming it up again. Oh yeah, I may have to use this for all my shirts. Not for this quilt, but for the next one, because I'd have to do it from the beginning when I do the initial cuts. Yeah, this Terrial Magic stuff's pretty cool. Yeah, it is that stuff. It's the first time that I was using it. I was having issues with this shirt curling, and I couldn't pin it Yeah, this stuff's really nice. And it says the moment that you wash it, it's going to become really soft again. Alright, let's see how it sews. If this works well, I have a t-shirt commission that's not due till January. When I finish this set of 7, and I work on that, I may experiment and try the Terrio Magic for the entire thing. Yeah, it says it's good for printers, embroidery, 3D art, stuff like that. Still sews nicely. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm going to play with it. I will definitely play with it for... it may make my job easier for t-shirt quilts in the future. I've already cut out all of these shirts, though, or else I would use it on these. Nope. I sprayed it, and I let it sit. And then I kept ironing it, let it sit, kept ironing it until the iron actually dried it. I was very impatient. Because I wanted to do it now. The next time I play with it, I'll make sure I follow the directions and do what it says. Soak it and let it sit. So I only sprayed the edges. I didn't spray the entire thing. And I got both sides. Yes. Marley, you're fine. Marley, the cat does not want to play with you. I know, you're very cute, honey, but the cat doesn't want you. Cat doesn't like doggies. Oh, I do need to cut one more for the last row. And then when I get to the left and right sashings, I think because this is a normal sized one, it's not bigger like some of the others. I think I can get away with 1.5, so I only have to cut 3 more. There we go, and this one is row C. Announced. Oh. That sounds cool. A doll making stash. That sounds really cool. I kind of want to see what's in there. So are you going to clear out any of it before this person takes it? Nice. Oh my gosh, that is so much freaking fabric. That is awesome. I love going through stashes. There's something about just stashes of fabric. It's like if you ever get to go to market, you need to go to Sample Spree. It's amazing. It's just like mounds of fabrics and back quarters and oh yeah, no, that would be awesome. Trims and lace and fur, awesome. Well, especially because you do plush. Like you make dolls and plush. That's awesome. What time is it? Oh, it is almost 8 o'clock. I looked at the time because I can hear my family upstairs. They're not playing anything or doing anything. They're just sitting up there. So I think they're waiting for me. Alright. So I'm going to add on this last one. And then probably call it a night so that I can go play games with my family. Oh, that's nice. So I'm ironing the T-shirt that has the Terriel Magic right now. I was worried because of how stiff it was, because see how stiff it is here? So I was worried because of the stiffness that it wouldn't allow me to iron it the way that I wanted to, but it did. So the moment that the iron touched it, it was adjusted and folded to what I wanted. So, makes next Tuesday. Oh, wow. Dolls, doll parts, fabric. Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. That's a really awesome find. Marley, honey, I told you. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. No, especially if she has like any of the pieces of the things that you can use for what you make. Because if you can get it used, or I don't want to say used, it's not really used. If you can get someone's stash, you're going to get it at a much better price than if you would have to buy it wholesale or from a store. Oh, that's awesome. Make sure you see if you can take pictures and put them on your Instagram. I would love to see that. Right. Wait, she jumped at $40? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, no. Marley, stop. Honey. The cat's teasing him by eating. Marley, hey, come here. Come here. Come on. I'm done sewing. You can come up if you want. Come here. Oh, oopsie daisy. Say hi. Yes, you're still going to do your face. Say hi to everyone. So, yeah. No, yeah, see if you can take pictures. I want to see those pictures. That's awesome. So, I think I'm done for the day because my family is waiting for me upstairs for family game night. So we're gonna go play some video games or tabletop games. Cat antics. Yeah, and he's a Pomeranian mix. So we have we cut his hair, but no, he's gorgeous though, isn't he? He's not very smart. Not very smart at all. The cat is deaf and he sits and barks at it all the time. Yeah. You're not very smart, are you, baby? No. Yeah, Iron Bandsgram saw what he did to me yesterday. He decided to poop over there, and I caught him, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he sat down in it and went, "What? I'm not doing anything." Yeah. Right, baby? You did that to me yesterday, didn't you? Yeah. So, Saturday is the next stream. I'm going to stream at least 2 to 4. May start earlier, may start later, Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to finish this quilt. So this is quilt number 3 of 7. And then I'm going to get started on the next 1 or 2. I may do 2 at a time. Maybe not. I don't want to get confused. So I will work on those Saturday. I'm going to get as far as I can. I'm not going to know what my streaming stuff's going to be after that. But I will update everything as soon as I know. And I can't wait. I should have my brand new layout and all my stuff Saturday. So, yay. Awesome. Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm going to go have fun playing games. And I will try to get Jackbox working while I'm in Maryland so we can all play games together. So, good night. I will talk to all of you later.